Hello and welcome to the official case study of Knockout Custom Pools and how we got them $1.2 million in sales in just 4 months using our Three Sisters client acquisition system. I'll start out with some of the key stats and then I'll dive in and show you exactly what we did to get them. So we ran his ads for 65 days in total, generated 49 leads, had a 73% lead to appointment rate, a 33% close rate, and then ended up totaling 1.2 million in total revenue generated over the course of about 4 months. And this is just a picture of me and the team out actually filming Troy. Brandon from the future here. I just realized that I totally forgot to introduce myself when filming this video. So I wanted to take a second to do that real quick so you know who this guy is. My name is Brandon Clay and I'm the founder of Harmony Marketing. We're a social media advertising agency based here in Houston, Texas. And I run this business with my partner Lexi and our awesome team. Our bread and butter is helping small business owners generate qualified leads through the power of social media so they can find the time and the financial freedom that they originally got in business to build for themselves. Anyways, enough about me, back to the case study. A little bit of backstory about Troy. Before we met, he was dealing with just inconsistent lead flow. He was relying on word of mouth and referrals, and he was actually saying most of the referrals that he was getting from friends and family were just wasting his time and kind of taking advantage of him because they would have him out to do a quote and then they never would actually end up closing. And so he was just getting kind of frustrated. He had also just spent like $30,000 on magazine ads that literally got him 0 leads. And so he was pretty burned out on marketing and wasn't really excited about the idea of spending more money on marketing. Troy was also keeping track of all of his leads on the notes app of his phone. So everything was just chaotic and he wasn't getting enough lead flow. And the ones he was getting, it was just disorganized. And so he needed some help and I'm glad he took us up. What we did was we built Troy our Three Sisters client acquisition system. This is basically a 3-part framework for how you can use social media as a small business owner to attract leads from your local area and basically build a system that brings strangers into paying clients. The 3 pieces of the Three Sisters client acquisition system are basically, number 1, strategic video content, primarily paid ads going out on Facebook and Instagram, a landing page where we can turn those views from the ads into actual leads, and then a lead management system that helps us keep track of everything, monitor performance, and then create some really helpful automations for streamlining the sales process, making everything super smooth. Okay, so let's dive into the actual ad account so you can see the ads that we ran and the results that we generated. So in Meta here, it shows basically we generated 41 leads. Sometimes it doesn't track exactly with the lead management system. I'll show you later, we actually generated 49. We spent $2,240 over the course of 65 days, got a 4.82% conversion rate all in all. So we ran 6 different ad creatives. Essentially, we created 3 images and 3 videos. And the core offer that we were pushing at this time was basically, if you sign up for a new pool build by X day, then we'll pay for $5,000 worth of appliances to go in your backyard on that build. I love doing a value add offer like that instead of your standard free consultation or discounted service. The value add just attracts a higher level of buyer rather than a price sensitive buyer. What we saw, it seemed to work really well. And the whole goal of this, other than crafting that offer itself, was just portraying Troy as a genuine, casual, friendly, but still professional expert. So I think that really came across in these videos. I've talked to multiple of his clients that he's gained through this, and they all said the same thing was, he came across so genuine on camera and he was the same kind of guy whenever they met him in person. So really being able to come across authentic goes so far. So when somebody is scrolling Facebook or Instagram, they see this video and then there's this learn more button at the bottom. So whenever they click the learn more button, then they go to the landing page. And this is what the landing page looks like. So I'll show you on the mobile version because the vast majority of the traffic that we generate comes from mobile. So somebody clicks the ad, they land here, they immediately see North Houston local, and that's a key piece, letting people instantly know that you are local to their area. Good headline, let's build a backyard you'll never get tired of. From pools to pergolas, we build custom outdoor spaces that fit the needs and lifestyle of homeowners in Montgomery County. So specifically, again, nailing home that we're in the local area and surrounding areas. And then we have this checkbox style form, which is very important, and I will come back to that and explain why. We're showing proof about the work that we do by sharing pictures, sharing testimonials, building trust by showing, hey, we're a family-owned company in your local area, and just trying to really, emotionally connect with the viewers and showing that we're real people that do solid work. So the whole idea of the landing page is to turn interest into an actual lead. So you'll see all these buttons across the landing page are leading you back up to requesting a free design consultation. And that's where we get to the form. This is the actual conversion mechanism where somebody goes from a viewer to a lead. We're very intentional about the way we use these checkbox style quiz forms because they're so effective at weeding out unqualified leads, getting some helpful information for when we do go to reach out. But the main purpose of why we're asking these questions is to add friction into the process of becoming a lead, because higher friction equals higher intent, and higher intent means higher quality leads, and you don't have to waste as much time calling bad leads who are never going to end up closing in the first place. So whenever they finish answering these questions, they can fill out their contact info, fill out their address, and then they check the box and submit. All right, and then they end up on the thank you page. And now we are brought to the third sister. So we've seen the paid ads, we've seen the landing page, and now we are at the lead management system. So if you've never heard of it, we use Go High Level. So you can see my name just popped up into this category. We can click in, see my contact details. So we can see the answers to the form questions I filled out. We can see this automated text already got sent out to me. Hey Brandon, thanks for requesting more info about our custom pool building services. When would be a good time to give you a call? And you can see I just got that text right there, so it happens fast. This system basically allows you to see, okay, my new lead came in, and we can track them all the way to sale 1. Just by clicking and dragging, we're able to keep track of everybody at every stage of the sales cycle, which for somebody like Troy who is keeping all this organized on their phone in the Notes app before, this is absolutely game-changing for just his organization and just the mental chaos that goes on with running the business. So what's cool is, say I came in as a lead in the new lead category, and then if you put me in the did not make contact section, we created an automation that basically sends out a series of automated text messages. So if I click into the contact details here, now you can see this text got sent out saying, hey Brandon, this is Troy with Knockout Custom Pools. I just tried giving you a call, but I wasn't able to get a hold of you. When would be a good time for me to give you a quick call to introduce myself and ask a few questions about your pool project? So now that individual is going to get a series of texts either every day or every other day for however long we set it to. Usually we do 1 to 2 weeks. And that alone saves so much time for the business owner and brings so much business back that would have been lost otherwise. And you can see I just got that text there. So now as far as the actual results, in that 65-day period, we generated 49 leads. Okay, 7 of them ended up in did not make contact. 6 of them ended up, there was a little bit of conversation, but it ended up fizzling out. Right now, he's got 1 discovery call booked, 6 in-person quotes booked, 4 quotes still pending. And you can see here, 12 sales won out of the 49, resulting in $1.2 million in closed business. And the way the system is built, people having to go from seeing a video to clicking to an external landing page to filling out a 5-question long form, there are layers of friction in the process of becoming a lead, and those layers of friction are what strip away all the disqualified leads. We just end up with the creme de la creme of leads that we know are at least going to be responsive and are likely to want to do business with you. So as a recap on the Three Sisters client acquisition system that got Troy Lane $1.2 million in closed business in that 4 months, it's all about utilizing the power of video content to get in front of the right people with the right message in your local area, connect with them on an authentic and an emotional level, and to provide a seamless step-by-step process for them to go from being a stranger to being a paying customer, and streamlining the sales process for you while we're at it. So if you own a pool building company or you have some other kind of high-ticket local service business, this type of system is beautiful for generating qualified leads and building your brand in the process. If you want help setting something like this up for your business, feel free to book a discovery call down below. There should be a calendar link where you can do that. We have an exclusivity rule where we only work with 1 pool builder per city. So if you want to be the pool builder that gets this system implemented in your area, then make sure to act fast before your city gets taken by your competition. I hope you got something of value out of this video that you can take and implement into your own life and your own business and start generating better leads and making more money so that you can find that time and financial freedom that you got into business to find in the first place. Peace out.